Making my way through the hood, sipping this yak. Niggas about to get blown with the Mac.
Hey guys, how are you all doing today? Alright, have you answered? No? Oh well, you took too long, and I don't care anyway, so let's jump into this video, shall we? Memes aside for a second, I wanted to just do something a little more relaxed for today's video, so I decided to want to talk a little bit about some of the YouTubers that I like to watch. These creators can range wildly in size. There's not really any criteria for being included, other than just me watching a person's content pretty regularly, or at least enjoying it when I do, I guess. Now the first person, and the best person on this list, is me. I'm the best YouTuber out there, and now that that's been established, we can get into the, when compared to me, really mediocre stuff. My ego blots out the sun on certain days. I'm gonna start off with some of the smaller people I watch, people that I think deserve some more exposure than they have at the moment, or at least have a relatively small channel when compared with others, and I'm gonna be linking everybody that I mentioned in the description. The actual first person on this list is kind of just a special guest because he makes good content for sure, but he's also here because he's been in a couple of my videos and he's helped me out a good bit with some of them, and this is Nax Ethan. Ethan makes kind of a wide array of content, but my favorite stuff that he makes, I would say, are definitely like the little skits he does. They're reminiscent of the kind of things ProZD makes, like they're short little comedic bits on trends and or relatable things in gaming or whatnot. They're bite-sized and in my opinion pretty damn funny.
It's so weird. It's like a gender bent Bowser. I don't know. Wait, what was that? What's that under it?
Oh, it's the alt colors. Oh, now we're talking!
So yeah, Ethan's a good mate of mine, so if you want to check him out, give it a look. The next person on this list has under 1,000 subs, and I considered him to be so underrated, it's almost criminal. And his name is OneCup, and what he does is create some fucking super smoothly edited videos on whatever he wants, really. Like sometimes it's on Spider-Man, sometimes it's Avatar The Last Airbender getting a live-action reboot, but he talks some pretty good shit on whatever shit he's talking about in his videos, and they're also very aesthetically pleasing to watch.
But there's more to it than the story, because a video game, obviously, a story is only one facet. There's sound, there's graphics, there's controls, there's so many things there. And Spider-Man for the PS4 nails all of them. Seriously, all of them.
OneCup is a fantastic editor, he's expressive, and he's got a voice that sounds like golden butter, and he's also put me in a sub box, so he gets immediate nepotism points from me. The next person on this list is Spooks the Skeleton, who is a self-described all-around wanker. I'm pretty sure it's illegal for me as an American to say that word, but tough shit. But in addition to that, Spooks is also very funny in my opinion. At least he is whenever he decides to upload, which at this point is roughly once a season. Or in other words, enough time for a new Call of Duty map pack to drop. And if you know how long it felt like it was between COD DLC drops back in the day, then you'll know exactly what I'm describing. Spooks is a commentary channel, and he typically makes pretty focused videos on specific people, but I'll leave you to discover that for yourself. They are generally very fun rides in my opinion.
How you doing, motherfuckers? My name is Spooks the Skeleton, and welcome to another episode of YouTube Dumpster Diving.
The next guy is Sneeko. I'm just gonna let this clip speak for itself.
Lucas and Marcus, you gotta watch people like that. They have 11 million subscribers.
I'm telling you, it's this way. Not this way. It is this way.
11 million. 11 million subscribers. That is more than the population of Portugal.
To me, Sneeko is a very funny bleached-haired twink. If he looks familiar, it might be because you've seen him in a Mr. Beast video. And also, Lieutenant Corbus gave him a shout-out centuries ago. Jokes aside, his stuff is very quality, and if you're looking for some laughs, go give his videos a slap. Next up is Sauron, who basically has the same voice as Spooks exactly, except he doesn't wear sunglasses all the time. He's another commentary channel, and he is again funny as shit in the delivery of whatever he's saying. He's very high energy, and I really appreciate how he goes about that.
Wow, and don't even get me started on the editing and the overreactions. Oh, I'm glad you asked. You got me started.
He also has super AIDS. It's like normal AIDS, but super. I just wanted you to know that. The next person on this list is sadly someone whose channel is inactive, at least as of late, but to this day remains one of my favorite YouTubers, and that's Awesome Time.
Anyway, when I feel victimized, I like to make other people feel as bad as I did. And what better way than hating on popular music? Closer by the Chainsmokers.
If you guys pay close enough attention to my Twitter, you may have found me tweeting at Awesome Time, calling him a virgin and telling him to upload. But I've been watching Awesome Time since like 2011, and he's definitely improved since then, but I remember watching those videos back in the day, having myself a good-ass time. He's again someone I find to be incredibly entertaining, like the way he ties in things from the start of the video, and how he sets up jokes that are meant for the end of the video throughout the whole thing. He reminds me of Ryan Higa a little bit in that fashion, but he has his own way of doing it, and his delivery is relatively dry and or sarcastic, which I personally like a lot. lot. He doesn't really upload nowadays, as I said, but if you want to take a look at his channel, there is a decent backlog to check out. Next up on the list is Pinely, who is literally a cardboard box who found a way to make YouTube videos. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the logistics of that one, though I probably shouldn't be talking too much on that. Whatever it is, it's probably some satanic ritual or some shit. Speaking of which, he has a series called Devil's Advocate, which I featured on once. I've also featured on a different video of his, and they are both very quality in my opinion. He makes commentaries on other YouTubers like the Dobre brothers, certain communities on YouTube, and also Pinely's videos are extremely high production quality. The time he's put into his shit shows in my opinion, and the ideas behind his videos are generally very well executed.
I think it's time to finally come clean with you guys. I'm a loser. Really, I'm a pathetic mess. The other day I was just sitting around my house, watching TV, and this 9-year-old kid broke in and just punched me in the face. Like, what the hell was that for?
Next up to the slaughterhouse is Matthew Ramsker, otherwise known as Guy Who Edits Pyrocynicals videos. He actually does make good stuff on his own though. He's been in a video of mine, I went to VidCon with the Virgin, and his videos are a bit all over the place, but generally very fun. His editing is really fucking creative, like the gags he pulls with them seems like they came out of somewhere besides whatever single digit amount of brain cells he has.
I haven't made a video this week. What videos do I even have written down for this week? Yeah, no, okay.
Now, this is where I would say to go sub to him if you want, but he likes dick, so that's gonna be a no-no on my part. We don't like no gay people around these parts. Unless the person who's hearing this is Tom Holland and is actually gay, then hit my line, please. But Matthew, go get some e-pussy first, virgin. You say you're the only YouTuber in history who's been laid, but putting your dick in a watermelon in the bathroom while everybody's having fun outside does not count. The next pair of butt cheeks to slide into is Mark After Dark, who is an epic gamer girl. He makes videos about video games with some creative editing in it. Good stuff.
I sure do miss Uncle Ben. Ever since I got that rice cooker. Haha, get it? He can cook his own, dummy. He doesn't have to buy the packets.
Next up is Snowy, who is a longtime friend of mine and also an incredible creator in his own right. He makes these video essays on a variety of topics from music to games to YouTube, and all of his videos are set in a universe with a consistent cast of characters that has an overarching story and lore throughout all of those videos. So even if you aren't into a specific topic that one of his videos is talking about, there's still reason to watch that video for the story elements because it is a fun time.
These are the stories of 3 roommates, Snowy, Twig, and Ruby. They share a house with their weird landlord Wallace. Watch as these 3 losers try to make a living off their adventures through this mysterious door. Ooh, spooky.
His videos are drawn and shit, so they smell nice. I just enjoy the style, okay, virgins? He's also the guy who made this image of me ready to murder something, so you have him to thank for this blessing. Alright, that's all the smallish people, I guess, that I wanted to mention here. Let me talk about some of the other bigger creators I watch, most of whom post much more frequently than the people I've listed thus far. Starting with commentary, I watch Niall, Pyrocynical, some. I enjoy his brand of humor, and also my checkmark lets me get my ego artificially inflated whenever I comment on one of his videos. So that's always a plus. What isn't a plus is his editor. He smells like big donkey dick. I also watch a lot of Will and E. He's got good comedic timing, and he's usually a pretty lighthearted, fun time to watch. He does collab work that I find entertaining, so yeah. I really enjoy Leon Lush, who very recently has been blowing up, so congrats on that one, man. He's got, again, a really strong sense of humor in my books, and I think he's really good at articulating his points, while at the same time being entertaining about it and still maintaining a pretty frequent upload schedule. There's iDubbbz as well. I feel like he's a pretty obvious one. Pretty much everybody who watches my videos has to know who Ethan is as well. While he hasn't made a content cop in a while, and those are definitely my favorite videos of his, he's still definitely entertaining when he's talking about other stuff, like how the shape of Yoplait yogurt cups are killing the squirrels. Riveting stuff, really. Out of all the ex-Viners that are now commentators, Drew Gooden is probably my favorite. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like he aligns with some of the things that I find to be very humorous, and his delivery is on point for the kind of thing he does. And lastly, the person who is probably my favorite commentary channel right now is definitely Nerd City. If you haven't seen his last video on Jake Paul, then you should definitely give it a watch. It's fucking phenomenal. I guess you could compare him to iDubbbz in that he makes long-ass videos on specific people and breaks down a lot of what they do and say with logic and also with comedy. And while he doesn't upload that much, I think this is one of those very rare cases where I think it's completely justified, because Nerd City has some of the most highly produced videos I've ever seen on YouTube. They are absolutely fantastic. If we want to talk epic gamer dudes, I'm pretty fond of Scott the Waz and Relax Alex recently. I'm grouping these two together because they both talk about Nintendo-based stuff a lot. They collabed in the past and they are incredibly easy to binge. If you're into Smash Bros or obscure WiiWare titles, or you're just looking for some entertaining videos on games in a kind of JonTron-esque format, be sure to check those two out. They are great. Dipping my toes into mainstream YouTube for a minute, I enjoy the Sidemen group channel for the dynamic they all have as friends. I find it to be very compelling. I like Mini Minter for similar reasons. The video he makes with the other Sidemen and his friends in general have really good chemistry as well. I like Ryan Higa for both his channels and his friend group, as well as the videos he generally makes. They're really well written. They always manage to make me laugh. Mr. Beast is great because his videos seem like massive fucking clickbait on the surface, but if the videos say that they're playing real life Rocket League, you best believe they fucking are. As far as vloggers go, I don't watch a whole bunch, but David Dobrik is fun sometimes, and I enjoy an occasional Tanner Brongart vlog every now and then. I watch a lot of Anthony Fantano, both of his channels. I'm just interested in a lot of what he has to say on music and what albums he recommends to listen to. Nightmind is, and has been for a while, one of my favorite channels. He does like deep dive analysis on alternate reality games, which are really interesting on their own if you manage to stumble across the right ones. And in my opinion, Nightmind's a pretty good place to start if you're looking to get into that kind of thing. But he does a lot of horror related stuff, and his voice is like perfectly cooked eggs in the morning. Internet Historian is really interesting, both in what he covers and how he covers it. Mr. Sunday Movies I enjoy because he's funny with a healthy dose of sarcasm while also giving decent coverage on comic book movie related horseshit. I like Lord Bung a lot because of his Confinement series, which is based off of SCPs and is incredibly well done. He's a friend of mine, so I'm biased, but that doesn't make me appreciate his shit any less. I also really like Cosmonaut Variety Hour. His videos are really good too. Like, I can sit down and watch like a shit ton of his long ones like in one sitting. It's great. And of course, I also watch most of my friends' videos from time to time. I like every single one, but I do watch Brandon, Diesel, Kappa, Otta, Hoover, Henry, Quackity, and pretty much everybody in that whole lot. But anyways, that's about my entire list for now. I'm probably missing a good amount of people because I do watch a lot of YouTube. But if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe. Be sure to tell me what you guys think of my picks and also what YouTubers you guys watch in the comments. If you check out any of the people that I mentioned here, be sure to give them some thumbs up. But if you want to support the channel a little more directly, you can click the join button next to the subscribe button. You can donate $5 a month to get things like custom badges and custom emotes. It's totally optional, but it's much appreciated and it helps out the channel. I have a podcast with Wild Spartans and FPS Diesel called Loudmouse. We upload 2 new episodes every week, and we're up on iTunes, SoundCloud, and YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter at Kwite and on Instagram at Kwite.png. Links to both of those in the description below. And lastly, I have a Discord server as well. Link to that in the description if you're interested. Anyways, this has been Kwite, and I will see you guys next time.